Hi, everyone. This is Donna at Green Earth Travel and John Rubin with Traveling in a New Vegan World. And he is the owner of the Vegan World. Just wanted to, so I'm one of the organizers, and I want to welcome everyone back. And we are happy to have you all joining us for this session. I'm really excited about it. So I would like to introduce you to John Rubin, and he is from the Vegan World. And we're going to be talking about the place that's on my bucket list, which is Brighton in the UK. But before we get started, I want to do a little bit of housekeeping. Feel free to ask any questions in the live chats and any comments. And replays will be available within 24 hours of the talk ending, and they'll be available to everyone until the 5th of February. And with that, I want to start my chat with John. How are you, John? Good to see you this morning.
Thanks,
or afternoon for you.
It is, yeah, it is. It is pretty late in the afternoon here. I'd like to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone wherever you are. Thank you for your interest in my hometown of Brighton, which is considered by everyone in the know in the UK to be our vegan capital. It's certainly a great place to live if you're vegan, and a great place to visit if ever you're in the UK.
Which will be the summer. Gretchen and I are going to be there with our Scotland and Liverpool trip. So hopefully we can maybe do a side trip to Brighton. One thing about Brighton, it's and I don't know if you've ever been to New York. It seems to me that it's going to be very similar, or it is very similar to Woodstock, New York. Have you heard that before?
I've never been to New York, no. I've been to many places in the US, but not New York. It's on the bucket list.
Oh, well, see, there you go. So you'll come to Woodstock, New York, where all the hippie fun things are happening. Yeah. And I'll come to Brighton and hang out and eat all the great vegan food. So let's chat.
The fair swap. The fair swap.
That's a fair swap, is right. So here we go. Tell us about Brighton.
Okay, so for those not familiar with the geography of the UK, Brighton is in the southeast of England. So we are an hour south of London on the coast. So it's an hour by rail or by road. And we're also half an hour south of Gatwick Airport, which is one of the biggest and busiest airports in Europe. So we're easy to reach. There's literally the train station is inside of Gatwick. So you fly into Gatwick and there is the train station. It takes you directly to Brighton in half an hour, and the train station is smack bang in the middle of the town. So we are often called London by the Sea. And the reason for that is because at the weekends, especially in summer, lots of people come down for a bit of R&R, rest and relaxation from London down to Brighton, because there's so much to see and do here. So the history, we started off as a place called Brighthelmstone, which is listed in the Domesday Book back in the 11th century. We developed in the 1700s as a health resort. King George IV spent a lot of time in Brighton, and he built the incredible Royal Pavilion, which I'll show you in just a few minutes. So it became a popular destination for day trippers as soon as the trains were running. We've got a population of around about 300,000. That's the resident population, but it doubles in the summer.
That's a good sized city.
It is a good size, yeah. We actually became a city in the millennium year. in 2000.
Oh, really? So was it a
Yeah,
town
it
before?
was just a town, but then
Wow.
the government at that time announced that they were going to announce a few more cities, and we were one of those. So it's actually officially called the city of Brighton and Hove. Hove is it's not such a great place for vegans, but there are a couple of places which I'll show you later.
Okay.
Um, so there's a few things that we're notable for. We're notable for our beach, which is not sandy, because if it was, then I think it would be built up in the countryside all the way up to London. So we're quite lucky that the beach is very stony. Um, we're also known
Is it
as
swimmable though?
how hardy are you, Donna?
No, I'm
I
not that
mean,
hardy.
like last time I went down to the beach was a few days ago, and the air temperature was about 3 degrees Celsius, which is just above the freezing point. And there were people in the sea, but you'll never catch me in there.
Not even surfers, huh? Is it a surfing place?
No, not. It's not really a surfers place. You
Okay.
need to go down for the UK. We've got a few good surfing places down in Cornwall in the southwest. Is where the surfers tend to go to. I mean, there are some water sports, but it's certainly not notable for water sports. So we've got the beach. We did have two piers, but one of them burnt down. Again, I'll show you that later. We're known as the UK's hippest place to live. The postcode BN1, which is like your zip code, that was recently voted the hippest place in the UK to live. We're known as the LGBT capital of the UK. It, it's a place where you can walk around and be yourself. Doesn't matter what you wear, who you are, what you are. You can just be yourself in Brighton, and
I
nobody
love
gives
it.
you any hassle. And also, we have the only Green Party MP in the whole country. So there's the background to Brighton is that it is a hip place, but it's a fun place as well. It's a party town. We've got a big university here. We've got a very good football team. They're in the top division, and they bring a lot of revenue into the city as well. So I'm going to show you the city now. I'll stop talking, and I'm going to show you some of the great vegan restaurants. Now, all of them, bar two, are all the places that I'm showing you now, the restaurants and the cafes and the bars are 100% vegan, apart from two, which I'll explain later.
How many all vegan restaurants are there in Brighton?
I think the last time I looked, there were certainly over 20 just vegan establishments in
That's
Brighton. So
wild.
pubs, restaurants, cafes. It's a vegan town.
That's great.
So I'm going to show you a little bit about our city now. So this is where most people arrive. This is Brighton train station. So I've taken these pictures from going into the station. But when you come out of the station, you look down the hill and you see the sea. So you are right in the center of town.
Nice.
Okay. So the hotel that I would recommend is the Jury's Inn, and it's right behind the station. So if you look at the slide on the right-hand side, if you look at about 2 o'clock there, then the hotel is there. It's walkable from the station. There's an area called London Road, which is by the side of the station. There's loads of vegan eateries down there, some great bars.
And I love Jury's. I love Jury's hotels. I think they're great. And, you know, they're nicely priced and they're very clean and they're really nice hotels. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, you're quite right. You're quite right.
That's the travel agent in me.
It's the best place to be. It's the best place to be. So there's the station. I just mentioned the London Road area. The Bad Luck Social Club is a recently opened cafe. It used to be a place called the Longhouse Cafe. They did incredible Sunday brunches, but unfortunately, It closed soon after the pandemic hit. But all their drinks in there are vegan, and they are about to start food as well, which is all going to be vegan.
Oh, great.
I love the name. Sorry?
I love the name.
It's great, isn't it? Yeah. I was talking to the manager in there, and they're opening up a couple of them around the country as well. But this is the first one, so it's going to be the pilot one. So yeah, we're going to have to all make use of that, just to encourage them to open up more. This glazed cafe down here is just down the road from the Bad Luck Social Club. It's a donut and cafe and coffee place, and all the donuts are vegan. So if you're not bothered about your diet, and to be honest, Brighton probably isn't the best place to come to if you're on a diet. You can always walk it off, get some bracing.
I was going to say, you want to walk, you're going to be walking, you're going to do walking tours anyway. So we can walk it off, right?
I also want to say that I took these photos over one day. Okay. And I walked everywhere. So everything is within walking distance.
That's awesome.
Okay. So the next place, this is great. Presuming Eggs. It's a bar, it's a cafe, it's all vegan. As you can see, they do croissants. They do, during the week, they do these things called bao buns. I don't know if they've reached the States. It's like some far eastern buns with like jackfruit and different vegetables. You can have them spicy, non-spicy. They do an incredible aubergine curry. And then at the weekends, they just do roast dinners, vegan roast dinners. The nut roast is incredible. Okay. Then we come on to Gouda Kebabs, which is like it's vegan propaganda out the front, which is great. But I've just got a couple of pictures here. As you can see down the side, what vegans eat. And then you've got vegan kebabs, vegan burgers, salads. Nice. So you've got junk food, health food, whatever. Great place. Green Kitchen Vegan Cafe. As you can see, sadly, it was closed on the day that I went. It was midweek, but this place is busy at weekends. It's open again. It's for the tour that I organised for Brighton. Was the brunch is here. Great place, lovely people running it. Nice atmosphere. Can't say enough good things about it. The World's End. It's a young person's pub. They've got a massive games room up the top. All there. It's a vegan burgers. So that's all they do. Burgers and fries and about 20 different types of beers. It's a young person's pub. I've only been in there once. It was very pleasant, but I think I doubled the average age in there when I walked in. Then, sorry, yeah, I put McDonald's on there. It's just down the road from the World's End, and I just saw them advertising the veganuary. They've just launched the McPlant, I think, over here. You wouldn't catch me going in there, but because there's so many alternatives. But it's good, I think, to have McDonald's promoting vegan food in places where there isn't so much choice. I do realise that I am spoiled living in Brighton.
You are. I wish I was this spoiled.
Yeah, this is famous. No catch. You may have heard of Earthling Ed. He has just brought out a book called Vegan Propaganda. A massive vegan activist, and I understand he's massive in person as well. He's about 6'5" tall. But this is his venture. I've eaten in here a couple of times. You would not know that it is not fish. I mean, it's been 30 years since I had fish and chips.
Because that's hard. That's hard to do. Fish has been one of the hardest things to, if I don't want to say replicate, but to make tasty. So that's good to know.
It is incredible. It is incredible. Highly recommend it. Again, this is the first of what he hopes is going to be a chain.
That's awesome. I hope they come to the States.
A lot of pubs use banana blossom to make their fish and chips over here. It's catching on. It's catching on. But this is tofu. Oh, they did tell me what they use for the batter and the skin. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. Eden Perfumes. This is a really interesting place. So, as we all know, the perfume business is not very vegan friendly. Animal testing, animal ingredients. It's yeah. This place, they've got two. They've got one in Brighton and one in Hove. You take the perfume, okay, or the essence or the cologne, whatever it is, and they replicate it. Okay, they've got 30 or 40 of the most popular fragrances, and they veganize them all. So if you like your Chanel or your, God help me out here,
Kardashian.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Any of those.
Chanel would be a good one, yes.
Yeah.
I don't wear, I don't wear a lot of perfume. It gives me headaches. So I understand what you're saying, but these probably don't give headaches. So
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all ethically produced. So it's wonderful. And it's cheaper than the original.
White Diamond was the other one. That's right.
White Diamond. No, what
that was what's her name, the actress. She God, I can't remember her name. I'm blanking here, but yeah, White Diamonds was it. So yeah, that's okay.
Okay. Flower Burger, this is a chain, and they've just come to Brighton. I popped in there for a snack the other day, very nice. It was fairly empty, as you can see. By the time I left, there was just the fella sitting in the window there, but it was very nice. Nice staff, and obviously we wish them well, but it's nice to have a vegan chain. This is a place that I frequent a lot, Captain Pig. It's a vegan shop. They do refills. Again, one thing that Brighton does is there's a lot of refill shops just to get rid of the excess plastic in your shampoos and your moisturizers and that sort of stuff. So you go in there, you take your carton, and you can just see there the picture on the left. They've got the cartons where you fill up with your detergent, your shampoo, your washing up liquid, and it saves the plastic. But they've got a load of vegan foods in there, fake meats, cereals, you name it, egg replacements, drinks, you name it, it's in there. Again, lovely people. It's been open a couple of years. I always make a point of going in there and buying something when I'm in town. The Loving Hut and Infinity Foods. The Loving Hut is, we'll know that, it's a chain again. It was closed when I was down there in the centre of town. Amazing stir fries in there. Infinity Foods, it's 95% vegan in there. There's a little bit of dairy.
In case anybody doesn't know about Loving Hut, I believe it's the largest vegan chain in the world. Yep. We have one in my area here. They're all over the place. So, and it's great comfort food.
It really is. It really is. It's cheap and it's nourishing and it's incredibly tasty, especially if you like Eastern food, like Thai, Chinese.
Right.
It's the place.
But they also do vegan burgers and things like that. So
yes.
It's a lot of, it's not necessarily healthy, but it's good comfort food. So it's very good.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. This place is pizza. Okay. 100% vegan. There is one in Brighton, which is the one on the left. There's one in Hove, which is the one in the right. That's really modern. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm eating in there on Thursday evening, the one in Hove, because there's a gig just over the road from there that I'm going to. It's pizza, dough balls. The dough balls are, well, you're not going to leave there hungry. That's all I'll say. But it's all vegan. There's one in London, and I understand they've just opened one in Manchester as well. But the first one was in Brighton, which is on the left. And I can't tell you how many times I've been in there. Really happy chicken. As you can see, great for advertising vegan. This is in the busiest street in Brighton as well. It's the one that leads down from the station and you walk past it to go down to the beach. In fact, the picture on the right If you go up that road, if you keep going up that road, you come to the station. Okay, so you can see how close it is. It's chicken replacement. They do the most incredible Korean sticky wings. You won't be able to move after you've eaten them. It's superb. Again, one of my favorite places. So this is our famous Stony Beach. Okay, I wasn't joking when I said it was stony, as you can see. Probably the ugliest looking beach you've ever seen. But it goes on for miles. We've got a great marina. If you look at the picture on the left, if you go left and carry on for about 15 minutes, you come to a marina. And on the pier, there is a vegan takeaway, as you can see. But again, I think this has been boarded up for a couple of months. They're having a rest over the winter. So the current piers on the left. The middle picture is the pier that burnt down under very suspect circumstances. There's lots of stories going around the city about what happened, but nobody knows except the people themselves why or how it burnt down. But it was quite a sight when it was going up. But yeah, on the pier, you've got the rides at the end for the kids, and it's a tourist trap, but it's fun. I mean, it's quite long, and you really feel like you're in the middle of the sea when you're at the end of it.
What's the best time to go to Brighton?
Sorry?
What is the best time to go to Brighton? Summer? Anytime
where it's not when it's not raining. It's a hard one. I would avoid July and August because it's heaving with people. Lots of people from the UK come down in the kids' school holidays because you've got things like the pier and you've got the beach and there's loads to do. So I'd avoid July and August, but any other time. Things start to really open up. I mean, I would probably go April, May, June, or September, October. But if you want to risk it, if you can't, I mean, Christmas is great atmosphere when the Christmas lights are up in the city. There's loads of people around. Yeah, it's any time of the year, really, any time of the year. Depends whether you like things busy or not so busy or deserted. This is a big park in the centre of town, Preston Park. They do a park run there. It's a great place to walk dogs. There's a couple of cafes there. They do vegan options, but there's plenty of better places for us to go and eat and drink and have a coffee than there. The right-hand picture is the boardwalk by the sea. They're developing this, and it's art galleries and all sorts of stuff there. It's just another great place to wander around. This is the famous pavilion. They're renovating it at the moment, so I couldn't get any closer than this to take some photos, but it is stunning inside. It really is. Anyone who comes to Brighton, if you're here for more than a day, you've got to come and do a guided tour in the pavilion.
Is that a church or a what is that exactly?
It's not a church. It's I think it was like some sort of palace. It was commissioned by the royal family like centuries ago, and they modelled it on the Taj Mahal in India. So there's a definite similarity with the Taj Mahal.
I was actually thinking it looked like a mosque of some sort, but yeah, that's pretty cool looking.
No, we've got plenty of mosques, but yeah, I see with the dome at the top. Yeah, it's definitely not a mosque. Yeah. Some other scenes around town. This is the Brighton Dome, which is a famous concert venue. That's on the left and in the middle. The Churchill Shopping Centre on the right for your your big name shops. It's devoid of any atmosphere in there, but if you want to go and get some shopping,
if it's a gloomy day and you want to be inside, you want to go shopping, then that's where to go. Yeah,
exactly. It's like one of your malls. Malls. I never know how to pronounce it. Mall. Okay.
Oh, that's
Some
nice.
scenes around town. So the Duke of York, as you can see, it's a very old building. That's a cinema. Another scene from on the boardwalk by the beach, and just this stuff. Be a traveller, not a tourist. It's just the sort of thing that Brighton's all about. It's like it's out the norm, out of the norm. And my screen seems to have frozen.
Oh, no.
There we
There you
go.
go.
No, there we go. Okay. So we have things called the lanes, Laines. We've got south lanes and the north lanes. This picture on the left was taken in the south lanes. Okay, so big jewelry quarter, pedestrianised, as you can see, lots of cafes, lots of bars, loads to do. The middle picture, I just wanted to show you that because we've got the Green Party in power in Brighton, they're very keen on saving the environment, and there's these bike rental places all over the place. So it's 3p per minute to ride a bike. You can ride it from one end of town to the other and just drop it off and walk back or do whatever you want to do. And I've managed to squeeze another picture of the approach to Brighton Station in there. Happy Brighton. I mean, that's the place for me. And I thought I'd take a picture of the poor old butchers that's had to close down in Brighton. We all like to see that. That place is actually opposite the Gouda kebab place. So I did have a chuckle when I saw that. Some scenes around the town, just to give you an idea of the architecture in the sort of the suburban areas where people live. Lots of buses. I mean, there's a bus stop at the end of my road. Bus into town. It takes 15 minutes every 10 minutes. Those are the south lanes on the right-hand side. Again, loads of shops, bars, and restaurants there. I was very trigger happy with my camera on the boardwalk there and by the beach. On the right-hand side, another classic example of the architecture. I mean, I have no idea how old that building is or the flats around it. I'm guessing probably 200 or 300 years old.
And that's new compared to a lot of buildings.
Yeah. We have our own vegan shoe shop, vegetarian shoes. Everything is vegan in there. Really comfortable, not cheap, but great quality, and all the shoes last. Cavendish Organics, another vegan store, nice cafe in there as well. If you want a quick snack, healthy snack, food to go. Oh, hang on. And here's a tea shop on the right hand side. If you want to, and they do a million flavors of tea in there. Great place to have a refreshment. What the Pitta is where I ate the other week. It's all kebabs. Again, this was the second one, I believe, or third one. There's one just in South London, one in the centre of London in Camden. Again, they love their vegan propaganda outside, which I'm all for. Really good food. That wrap was, I think, £8. So in dollars, about $10.
That's not bad.
That. It was huge. Absolutely
that's
huge.
Not bad.
Very filling. Really nice. And they make their own seitan meat there. Hope and Ruin, one of my favourite places. They do small gigs upstairs. The menu's there on the left. It's basically an old caravan, and they've put it in the corner of the pub, and they cook hot dogs and kebabs. 100% vegan. All the drinks in the pub are 100% vegan as well.
I like how it says on the menu 666% suitable for vegans. Is that what it says?
That is what it says, and that's around. You'll probably be able to tell me more, but 666 is something to do with the devil, isn't it?
Yes, it does.
And the devil is Satan, so it's like
Yeah.
their play on the.
That makes sense. Okay.
It's their play on Satan,
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
And they've got a load of merch in the pub, all around the Satan theme. Clever guys. The guy who owns the Beelzebub, which is the food in the pub. He first had his own. He had a stall in the centre of town, and I just remember this was like 10, 15 years ago. You know, vegan kebabs. Wow. And I remember I wished him luck, and the next time I saw him, he was in the pub. Brilliant. I'm amazed he hasn't turned it into a franchise, because I think it would do really well. The food is superb, absolutely superb. Okay, a couple of places here on the left-hand side. I know I've done a lot on junk food. This is Botanique, which is in Hove, the left-hand side. I am ashamed to say that I've still not been in there. It's fine dining, 100% vegan, fine dining. The reviews are incredible, and I'm just waiting for a special occasion to go in there. On the right-hand side, we've got the East Street Tap. Again, junk food, centre of town, loads of craft beers, loads of vegan junk food. As you can see, seitan wings, burgers, dips, loaded fries, etc. Eating in there, great. Upstairs is lovely atmosphere, really nice. And if you're into craft beer, it's a great place to go. Terre à Terre, these are the non-vegan. These are both vegetarian. Long established, fine dining. Terre à Terre is sensational. That is the place that we go to celebrate an anniversary or a big birthday or something. It's not cheap, but oh my, the food is incredible. Food for Friends was one of the original vegetarian restaurants in the UK. I wish they'd go vegan. I really do. Like 60% of their stuff is vegan. I don't know why they just don't ditch the dairy and go vegan, but it's their choice. It's not my restaurant, so what can I say? But I haven't been in there for ages, purely because there's so many good vegan options. Supernatural, it's a new cafe that's just opened up. Haven't had a chance to try it, but the menu looks good. More brunchy and lunchy. I think it sort of closes like early afternoon, so it's a place for breakfast and lunch and coffee.
I have a couple questions for you. So what is the oldest vegan restaurant? Do you know?
The oldest vegan restaurant? In Brighton or in the UK?
In Brighton.
Oldest vegan restaurant? Ooh.
You can think about it.
Well, we have had a couple that have closed down, sadly.
Oh.
Well,
wow. That's okay. We can, you know,
the one that's because there used to be one. Actually, it used to be in the same building as What the Pitta.
Okay.
And they had the first 2 floors were vegan restaurant, and the top floor was a spa. I can't remember its name, but it went, and it was really sad because it was superb. I think they were just a bit before their time, to be honest.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to ask you in a lot of these restaurants, before we move on, what are the protocols with COVID going on right now? Do people need to be vaccinated? Do they need to have masks? What's the situation?
What the rules are and what people do at the moment are very different, because people are looking at what our Prime Minister does and thinking, well, if he doesn't follow the rules, why should we? So really, you should have a mask when you go into these places. And then once you're seated and start eating and drinking, then obviously you can take it off. But do you know what? Most people don't bother. There's nobody checks for your vaccine passes or anything.
Oh, really? Okay.
but yeah, there's the COVID is, we've got high rates. We're going for the herd immunity. So yeah, there is no protocol. There are less people around than there normally would be. There's a lot of people don't want to go into places. You
Right.
still see a lot of Deliveroo and Uber Eats, a lot of people getting food deliveries rather than going out. So yeah, there
Okay.
isn't much, I have to say, Donna. Not at the
Okay.
moment. Um, so yeah, this is Burger. Again, fast food burgers. One of my daughters is a massive fan of Burger. She's probably their biggest customer. Um, it's a bit too junky for me, but after the first few tastes are great, but you know what I'm saying. The Round Hill. Wow, this is my favorite. Actually, I've probably said that 3 or 4 times. Can you guess I like living here? So this is the Round Hill, all vegan pub. It's a very traditional English pub inside. Um, the whole menu's vegan. All the drinks are vegan. Uh, they won best Sunday roast in Brighton last year, and considering it's an all vegan place, that was quite something. And there's some stiff competition in Brighton as well. This is Smalls. This is a great place. This is on my walk into town as well. I find it very hard to walk past this place. On the left is a samba dal soup. I actually took this picture on Saturday because I couldn't walk past there without having this samba dal soup with pita bread. It is unbelievable. They specialize actually in hummus and falafel, all vegan, as you can see from the menu. Great place. And it's actually in the same place where you're going to see in a minute the Brighton Vegan Market.
Got it.
And here is the Brighton Vegan Market. This is held every month. It's normally the last Sunday of the month, and it's in a place called the Open Market. I'm not quite surprised. I'm not quite sure why it's called the Open Market, because it is actually undercover. But you've got all sorts of traders here. It's really cheap. It's like £10 to have a stall here, so it's really busy. So these are all places here that, I mean, they're dog treats. My dogs absolutely love these treats. And the lady who runs the Booster Vegan Dog Treats is so lovely. Every time she sees my dogs, she gives them a free treat. So the nut cheeses, we got a load of that in for Christmas this year. They were incredible. There's a picture of my favorite soup again. There's an Indian street food place that exhibits there. And this was the last time the vegan market was on. As you can see, very, very popular. And in fact, that's my wife with our 2 dogs down there. There is Flux, who are lovely, lovely young people, really get up and go people, great food. They've got a portable van that they go to events, and they're just so lovely and nice. And there is one of my favorite pictures that's outside one of the local pubs, the new vegan roast in town. So there is my presentation, and if anyone's got any questions, including you, Donna, please speak.
I can't wait to get there. This is it. This is my place. This summer, I'm going to have to somehow fit it in when we go to Scotland and Liverpool. So yes. How many days would you say to spend in Brighton?
Minimum 3.
Really?
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, you can do it. If you've got 3 full days, you can have 2 nights, 3 days.
Yeah.
There is so much to do. I mean, you need to go up on the downs if you like walking, where there's a national park just north of the city. So we're sandwiched between the sea and a national park. And the national park's called the South Downs, which stretches for miles. It's over 100 miles, I believe. They do it's called the South Downs Way, which is a great place. We did part of it actually yesterday with the dogs, and it's just stunning. It is beautiful. You would not know that you were sort of 5-10 minutes away from a major city.
That's
you
great.
are really in the middle of beautiful countryside. So that's worth going to. Obviously, you've got the beach. Where else would I suggest? Well, you've got to do a tour of the pavilion. The pier. You've got to go on the pier.
You showed
it's
that.
got to be done once. If you've never been on a pier before, then yeah, you've got to do Brighton Pier. It's a lot of fun. You can relive your childhood. No one cares. Go on a ride. Why not? But to really it depends on your waistline, really, Donna, and your appetite, because maybe by the end of the third day, you're probably thinking that you can't put any more food inside you. I don't know. That's why
you gotta walk it off.
That's why hey?
You just need to walk it off. That's it.
Exactly.
Go on
That's
that
why
beach.
the downs are there.
Right.
But yeah, we've got this promenade. You can walk for miles along the seafront. It's great. And there's loads of coffee places and restaurants and stuff. You're never far from a vegan restaurant anyway. So
that's awesome.
I'd always say to somebody, just get the Happy Cow app. And that applies to everybody in every town anyway, not just in Brighton, but it works particularly well in Brighton.
Or use one of your vegan travel agents or tour operators that know where to go and they've tried it. So that's the best way, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I've become friends with a lot of the restaurant owners here. In fact, when I was in What the Pitter, the guy from the guy who actually owns the Round Hill pub, you know, the one that won the best vegan roast, he walked in.
Oh, nice.
And he told, huh?
No, I just said nice. That's great.
Yeah. And I looked at him, he was covered in paint. I said, what are you doing? I said, the pub's open. You're not, why have you come down here? Because it's about a mile away from his pub. And he said, oh, we're opening a new place 5 or 6 doors up from here. And that's going to be a new vegan fine dining place. So,
nice. So you got another one coming up.
Absolutely. Fantastic news.
I have just a couple more questions. Where can people find you? The best place to find you, either on social media or email or all of the above. Do you have Instagram account or?
Yeah, all the above. Instagram is Vegan World Tours. Hang on. I should know this by now. I've been a bit quiet recently, but it is the Vegan World Tours on Instagram.
Yeah.
You can email me at info@theveganworld.com.
And do you have a website?
theveganworld.com.
There you go. So thank you so much for this. This has been fascinating, and I'm now hungry and have to go have lunch. But I've really enjoyed this, John. And
well, come to Brighton, Donna. You'll lose your appetite very quickly.
Yeah, and lose all the weight. I mean, gain all the weight I lost. But thank you so much. This has been great. Thank you.
Thank you.
And guys, please remember to watch the next segments. We've got a lot more coming up. Hope to see you then. Thank you. Bye, all.
Take care. Bye.